All right. One of the things I said in my previous video when we first brought this boat home was I was waiting for the shoe to drop. Hasn't quite dropped, but I do have a concern. I spent the morning here pulling out access panels. But the front hatch here in the boat, whenever you open it, whenever it's closed for a while, whenever you open it, I get a strong smell of fuel vapors, which concerns me. So I pulled the access panels out to be able to check the lines, the fill line, where you fill the tank, and the purge line. I want to make sure, I don't know how much ethanol has been run through this boat. That type of fuel eats these lines up. So I pulled the access panels, I'm in it, I'm checking it, I don't see any fuel leaks. My next course of action will obviously be to check where the sending unit is in the tank, because it's got a seal. I have seen those seals fail in the past, although the sending unit seems to be working. But when you get a strong smell of fuel vapor, you definitely want to get that checked out. My biggest concern is the fuel tank might be compromised. So, due diligence, I'm going to go through this. I'm going to see what I can find, but I'll show you the access panels that I've removed so far and see how I'm tackling this particular issue. So as you can see, I've removed the access panels. They're laying there on the floor of the boat. There's the two lines, the fill line and the purge line. There's the fuel tank. Again, I see no fuel. I see no fuel around those lines, so I know we're pretty good up there. Although, this hatch is the only hatch that I open that I smell fuel at. So, I don't smell it in the back where the sending unit is. Maybe it's one of those unicorns. I don't know, but, at least pulling it apart, I'll be able to clean it, inspect it, get everything perfect before I put it back together. But, just caution when it comes to fuel and fuel vapors. Alrighty, I got all this pulled apart. The cap for the sending unit is somewhere down there underneath the batteries or underneath that mat, which the mat is affixed to the boat. Before I disassemble all that, I'm going to call Shearwater tomorrow, get the exact location of where that access hatch is or access port is to that sending unit. Here, let me turn this fan off so we can talk. Everything I've taken apart so far, I've yet to find any raw fuel. I would think if there was a leak, I would have raw fuel in the bilge in the back. I've tilted the boat as high as it will go, so everything should run to the back. And I've yet to see any raw fuel, which is a good thing. But there is enough gunk down in that bilge that if there was ever fuel spillage, it could be all in that gunk and you'll get those fumes. So, yeah, I'm gonna call Shearwater and find out where that access port is. At least I'll know where that's at. But what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get bilge cleaner. I'm gonna start at the bow, and I'm gonna wash this whole inside out, clean this whole thing up. Start fresh, and see if I still get those fumes. Because if it's just impermeated in the junk down in the bilge, I could have those fumes for a long time. So I think that's the course I'm going to take before I start ripping everything apart. Like I said, I took apart the front because it's the obvious. It's where the fill hose is to the tank and the vent hose comes out of the tank. So, and that's the hatch or access where those lines are. That's where I smelled the fuel. So I'm going to go ahead and just get it all flushed out, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, today is the day. We're taking the cowling to get this crack repaired. What I think happened is this boat has a hydraulic jack plate on it, and what I think happened, being as though the crack is here, they had it buried all the way, lifted the motor, it hit the transom and cracked it there. But anyways, that's all repairable. I'm taking it in now. It should be done in a couple, 2-3 days, and we'll be back to good. I just got to order new decals because they're going to have to take the decals off. Obviously, they're going to redo the, repaint the entire cowling. So, yeah, a couple, 2-3 days, we should be good to go on this. It's all part of the restoration. All right. Just a little before and after video of the crack across the front. Like I said, I gotta order new decals because they're gonna repair that, repaint everything. But the original decals will have to come off because they're gonna repaint the entire cowling. Sorry for the fan noise. It is hot. But while the cowling is out getting repaired, it's a good time to go through this motor and check everything out, grease all the fittings, clean up the pan a little bit. Any kind of corrosion that you may see, we just want to get it cleaned up. Just go through it, inspect it. A little care will go a long way. One thing about buying a used boat is you're always spending time, like we're doing now, you're taking care of someone else's neglect. I just don't understand people that spend this kind of money and just let it, just neglect it, It's a shame. People don't take more, obviously people have more money than they have sense. That's my 2 cents. I pumped a lot more grease in there than I thought I should have. But Alrighty, folks. Just picked up the cowling. Here it is. Wow, look at the shine on that thing. No crack. Completely repainted. New decals. It's beautiful. Did an amazing job. Look at that. I see my reflection in it. And come back around on this side. Oh yeah. Here's from the back. It's 100%. Hey, if you're in the Crystal River, Homosassa area and need cowling repair done or custom marine painting, send me a message. I'll give you the guy's name and number. He's very reasonable and does excellent work. Now we'll get this back on the boat. We're cleaning these access panels to the fuel tank. So when we put it back together, everything will be nice and, I'm not going to say new, but a lot better than it was. Alrighty. My buddy's been sending me parts. I got a couple deliveries, so let's see what we got here. Oh. Okay. With the cowling, the crack on the cowling, which you saw that we got repaired. Inside the cowling, there's two legs on the front of the cowling. And I guess and again, I assume when they lowered or lifted the motor and they had the jack plate down, they hit the cowling on the transom of the boat, it snapped those legs off. Well, it snapped one off, the other one is cracked pretty severely. So I went to the Yamaha dealer. They said none of those parts for this motor are in the country. We looked it up on the computer. Said it would take 90 days at best to get them. Well, that's not going to work. So I called my buddy. Lo and behold, and it's sad, he finds them on Amazon. It's really sad that a Yamaha dealer doesn't have parts, but yet you could order them through Amazon. Unbelievable. So anyways, hopefully they're the right parts. Open this up and take a peek. Oh, would you look at that? There it is. I will show you on the motor. But anyways, these are the legs. And these are the rubber grommets that go on the legs. So, see if we get this thing put together. And, whew, looks like he ordered some new anchor line. As well. There we go. We're going to be in the water before you know it. Alrighty, you can see the legs. You can see that one's completely sheared off. And you can see that one's cracked pretty severely. So, I'm going to go ahead and replace them and get this cowling back on. Check it out. Alright, got them replaced. Let's put the cowling on and see if it fits. Alright. Here's the moment of truth. Oh, I like it. Perfect. And we just picked up some new trailer guide poles. Picked up a set of trailer guide rods, guide pumps, help get this boat in and off the trailer. It didn't come with them, but they make a big difference when trying to put the boat in and off the trailer. I think I'm gonna have to adjust them out just a touch. But until I put the PVC on, I won't know. And I have to pull the boat out to do it because I can't, with the height of the ceiling, I can't slide the PVC on. But it'll sure help a lot. Still trying to get rid of this. I'm cleaning out this bilge, flushing everything out, trying to identify that fuel vapor smell. I still think it might be just the heating and cooling, just like a gas can in the sun, because the vent line's right here. So we'll see how this comes out. All right, I see how the drainage system works, but the bilge pump does work. Well, I got this thing as ready as I could possibly get it by myself. Need some additional help to get a couple other things taken care of, but I'm gonna head down to Miami for a couple days for the lobster mini season. And as soon as I get back, and I mean just as soon as I get back, we're gonna put this in the water, give it its first sea trial, see what other systems we're gonna have to replace, fix, repair. You know, it's a project. But anyways, well, I'm hearing the bilge pump go on right now. Anyways, until the next video, we'll see you later.